Chapter 209. Negotiations. Consent. But the chief priests contemplated whom they should send to the magician on the heights to confirm the accuracy of the 10 statement, but without getting harmed. But they could not make a choice on who would be suitable for this awkward purpose. For firstly, no one had the courage, and secondly, everyone who was given the assignment said, "What is the use of this? You can send up thousands and millions, but if they are altogether devoured by lightning and yawning earth crevices, what will be the fruit of all your envoys and all your troubles?" The chief priests recognized the truth of such reasoning, and therefore again asked the 10, what would be the wisest course of action? But the 10 said, "How can you ask us who you suspect? Could we not, as cunning foxes, give you advice which would be water on our mill? Therefore be wise, since you have already been warned that we are tigers in sheepskin." The high priests have told you then that they are omniscient. They will know best what will be the best course of action. But the chief priests said, "Don't be silly. You have yourself clearly demonstrated that the omniscience of these masters of ceremonies, of the king, are just a folly. And this is what it is. It is just an empty title, and says as much as nothing. We are the men in charge, and they are only figureheads, including the king, who also carries the title Supreme Divine Wisdom, but at the same time is more stupid than the darkest autumn night. You have to therefore only listen to us, for everything else is just figural and sham for the sake of the stupid people. Therefore give us advice to what should be done, and do not be concerned about anything else." And the 10 said, "High, mighty servants of the gods, if you want our advice, and are not afraid that we lead you up the garden path, we ask you, why don't you trust our first advice, which we have given you well-intentioned according to our thorough expertise?" And the chief priests answered, somewhat embarrassed, "We would have done that, but in your anger against the high priests, you yourselves have insisted on it. That is why we only want to comply with your wish, and not to that of the figureheads." And the 10 said, "Well then, if you want to trust us with this second advice, you just as well can trust us with the first proposals, defying the figureheads, as you have been calling them, who have been warning you out of their omniscience and have called us tigers in sheepskin. Whoever wants to go to the magician, let him go. We surely will not make this journey for a second time, for who once has tasted the fire is certainly not going to touch the glowing metal again. If you trust us, then trust us completely. Otherwise we are of no use to you but to eat from your platter." These words were well received by the chief priests, and they all voted for the slave option and for arming them under the command of the 10.